All right, guys, so some customs. First thing I'm gonna go over, I've had a couple of y'all ask me also, not just with the painting, but doing wheel swaps. Guys, wheel swaps is one of the easiest things that you can do. I try and make things easy, not harder. So I try and find a nice looking wheel on a car. And I'm thinking, okay, well, what would that look good on? And so the second thing I do is I'll get them, and then I'll start looking, and I'm like, okay, well, let's see. I think those wheels will look good on that car. And then as you see, I kind of match the footprint, and you see that's pretty good. Those wheels match up to where I'm not going to have to do much of nothing to this car. So first thing that we're going to do is we've got to get the car out of the package. And if you're going to repackage the car, you're going to need to get you a cotton ball and just some regular acetone. And we're going to dab it on there a little bit. And then what I do is I just kind of hold it sideways, and I'll see about where the top of the blister is. And I'll just run a line across all the way down and around. And I'll just keep doing that, let that acetone suck through that cardboard real good. And what it'll do is it'll just start dissolving that glue. And you'll see in a minute, it'll just separate, come apart. With little, usually, I mean, what you want to do is you want to have no damage to any of the paint or anything like that on the card. So just keep working it in. Takes just a couple of minutes. And then you can just let it sit for a minute and see it just falls right off. And so with that, your card, just a little bit of the paint came off right here, and you can actually see it on the card right there and some right here. But that's not going to be anything big, because whenever you put it back together, all you have to do is match those lines up. So the car is out. Do not, whenever you put your card away, don't put your blister pack face down on it again, because a little bit of the glue residue that may be on there will stick to that again. So upside down and away from where the blister pack was. And that's the way you kind of put it up while you're working on your car. So now we've got to get the base off of this car. And guys, I tried to look, my eyes are getting bad. The only number I saw on this drill bit, it's a DeWalt drill bit, is the number 8. It's the only thing I saw. But anyway, what I'll try and do is I'll try and just match up the drill bit with the same size, because you want to drill the head off of that rivet right there. So then that's all you do. And just take it real slow. And you'll feel it. Drill bit's kind of wore out. I've been using it for quite a while, but you, like I say, you'll feel it whenever you get through. The base will move a little bit, and you just want to knock out both of them. That's it. Probably just a little bit of a cleanup there, especially whenever we go to start painting and stuff. And just give it a little pull. And as you see, it's not quite ready to come off yet. So we're going to give her a little bit more drill out here. I think that was it right there. I felt it. Add a little bit up here on the front. Alright. Biggest thing with these drill bits, guys, let the drill bit do the work. Don't try and force or anything like that. So anyway, got the base of the car off. And so now you've got little clips in here. Now these plastic bases are the easiest. All you do is just take some little hobby clippers, and the single one, all you do is just clip it off like that. Clip it off like that, and the wheels come right out. Okay, so as we said, we picked this car because the wheelbase and everything is the same. Now, I'm not going to drill this one out yet. I've already got a set off of that one. Now guys, just real quick on your metal bases. Your metal bases are real hard because those clips aren't plastic. They're actually metal. So what I do is I take a small drill bit, and again, it doesn't tell me what size. But anyway, what I do is I'll insert it in between the two outer, the one single and one of the outers, it doesn't matter which side, and just let that drill bit grab it and break it. And then you can get in there with like a butter knife or something, and you can spread those away, and the axles will come right out. So anyway, guys, we've got those wheels out, and I've got some, like I say, already over here that I've cut out that we're going to be using. And very simple. You're just going to slide them in there. They'll pop right into place. This side also. And then what I'll do is just put a dab of glue. Now, some people use super glue and stuff like that. The super glue, to me, you know, it's got fumes, so it'll turn some of your stuff. It even could turn your real riders black. So the glue I like to use is just the Tester's glue. It comes in a brush. And so all you'll do is just brush that on there to hold those axles in place. And then all you have to do at that point is, like I say, I'm not going to do it all right now. I'm just doing this just to show y'all. You're just going to slide your body and everything back on. And there. Guess what, guys? That easy. Wheel swap is done. And now some people, you can drill a small pilot hole there and use taps and put a screw in place. But I'm going to tell you too, I find that that's all you need. That's all you need to do. So anyway, that's a wheel swap for you. Got that done. And it makes a world of difference in the vehicles. And then this one here, I got it out also just to show you. These are the wheels that I use on a lot of my Porsches. And same thing, as you see, it's about the same wheelbase. And it just looks really, really good with those. So anyway, I just wanted to show you that. And that's what I do, guys. Now, if there's something that I find that I really want to use those wheels and it's the wrong wheelbase or whatever, or say maybe I'll order, you know, some of these custom wheels and stuff, you can make your own axles. And they actually ship you these little brass axles right here. But I'm going to tell you, junk. I don't like them because you cut them to length, but then you have to crimp the ends. And whenever you crimp it, you just crimp it flat. And so it doesn't fit flush like the ends of the Hot Wheels wheels. You know, it makes it look like there's a little center hub in there. So what I do is, and I'll show you this too, you can get it at Hobby Lobby. These are the brass tubes that I use right here. So what I do is, I'm just going to use this metal base as an example. So what you do is you'll just hold that tube up right there, and that's where you want it to be, in between there. So you'll hold it flush with that one side and mark it with a marker or whatever you want to use on this other side, and just take your cutting wheel on a Dremel tool and just cut that off flush, And then same thing, repeat it for the front. Now, this tube is going to be thicker than this pre-cut hole that comes from the factory for the factory axle. So you are going to have to do a little work to be able to get that tube to fit down in there, because if not, if you just lay that tube in there, it's not going to go all the way down. And what that's going to do is that's going to lower your vehicle. Now, if that's what you want to do is lower the stance, that's a good thing. All you may have to do is you may have to trim some of this stuff off the bottom if you still want it to roll. And opposite, if you want to raise the vehicle a little bit, you're going to drill a little bit lower than where that factory stop is right there. You'll go a little bit lower. But anyway, so I use those brass tubes. They've got a little hole, or they're hollow. And so what I do is on all of my wheels that I take off of my Hot Wheels, I'll just cut them right in the middle. And then this is what you wind up with. And that goes perfect inside your wheel. And all you do is drop your, push it in. And there you go, guys. Got you a custom axle. So that's a little bit in depth there. I mean, up to you on how you want to do it. You can do it the easy way, you can do it the hard way. That's a little bit harder, but I like it better. And so then all you'll do is once you get those axles shoved inside this tube with your cutting tool again, you're just going to make a little nick right inside the top of the tube. And again, just drop your little super glue in, and that will actually glue, that'll glue your axle inside the tube. And guys, that's it. I mean, that's it on a wheel swap. That's simple. Like I say, your metal bases are going to be a lot harder, just because they're metal. The plastic are simple. So anyway, I hope that helps y'all out. And don't be afraid to do wheel swaps. I mean, as y'all see, there's some vehicles in the background there that are wheel swapped. The Silverado there. What else? The wheel swap, the gassers. I've wheel swapped the wagon there. I've wheel swapped all of these 510s right there, and then as you see, we just wheel swapped the Civic. So anyways, if you are going to use those tubes, the best way to cut down into it, now the metal bases, you're going to want to use a drill bit. You'll want to use a drill bit and just lay it through there like that, and just run that drill bit back and forth until you get down to that bottom, that where the factory ends at, because you just widen it out. That's all you want to do to allow that brass tube to fit in there. And with the plastic bases, guys, all you need is just a little flat file like this, and just work it slow all the way down, and the tubes will fit just perfect. So anyway, I hope that helps y'all out, and hopefully y'all will want to be able to take on some custom wheel swaps. Again, like I say, it's super easy. And I'm going to put all this stuff up, and we'll be back in just a minute, because we're going to teach y'all how to do the weathered or the rustic look. Well, I picked this old Ford GT, so we're gonna weather it up a little bit and see what we can make it look like.